女士们、先生们，中信集团2012国际体育世界巡回赛总决赛男子单打决赛即将开始。
Ladies and gentlemen, chasing from 2012 ITTF quarterfinals, the following match in the final of men's singles.
中国者里巅峰对决，让我们准备好掌声和欢呼声，来迎接两位世界超一流选手的到来。
Let's give a big applause to welcome the players.
让我们看着大屏幕一起叫出他们的名字。来自中国的许昕，世界排名第3。
So here we go, it's the last match of the GAC Group 2012 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals here in Hangzhou. And welcomed into the field of play, the first participant in the men's singles final is CHN of China. And he will play from China, Wang Hao. So Austrian umpire and Croatian assistant umpire, everybody has been introduced to the crowd. They're enjoying the world-class table tennis on show. We've just seen the women's doubles final, and now the two players walking across the field of play over to their equipment and their bags. They will be ready to take to the court and contest the men's singles final here. CHN and Wang Hao, it's an all-China final. We'll find out which player will be wearing which colour of t-shirt. They will ordinarily be wearing different colours, and they will ordinarily be looking after themselves. No coaches when two Chinese players play against each other. And there's Wang Hao. So Wang Hao wearing black t-shirt, and there in the court already CHN in red. Wang Hao was successful in the match earlier on. 4-2, he beat Zhuang Qiyuan of Chinese Taipei in his semi-final. CHN, he defeated China's Ma Lin 4-1 in his semi-final. And so now both players will contest the last match here in Hangzhou. And they've played 4 times in the last couple of years in the head-to-head statistics. And every one of those 4 encounters has gone the full distance. All 4 of those matches won 4-3. And in fact, it's 2-all. So both players have won 2. It's CHN who's won the only one in 2012. He won 4-3 in the final of the Qatar Open. Whether that means it's an advantage for CHN or not, I'm not sure. I'm sure all of that will go out the window. Committed to history, and it's the here and now that counts. It's the final of the Grand Finals. CHN, 22 years old, from Shanghai, world rank number 3 in the December ranking list. Wang Hao, slightly older, 29 years old. He'll be 30 next week. He has a birthday next week. Early happy birthday, Wang Hao. He's world rank number 4, but of course has been number 1 a number of times. There he is. And the left-handed CHN. Both 10 grip players. but both play with the reverse backhand, which is a fantastic shot that seems to have been created in the training venues in China. Used to be that pen holders had a little bit of a disadvantage on the backhand side because of the restrictiveness of the movement with the pen hold grip. But now with this new innovation of the reverse backhand there, they're both going back down to backhand on the warm-up. You can see them striking the ball with the rubber, the smooth rubber on the back of the racket. And these guys take it even further. They go as far as backhand top spinning against push ball, drive ball, and even away from the table, counter top spins on the backhand, so no restriction whatsoever. Wang Hao there, world champion in 2009, twice World Cup winner, sorry, 3 times World Cup winner, twice Asian Cup winner, 13 times winner on the World Tour. CHN, 6 times winner on the World Tour, 3 times this year in Qatar, where he beat Wang Hao in the final. Also Russia and China when he won in his home city of Shanghai. Will it be 4-3 again? Big forehand from Wang Hao, one of the fastest forehands in the game. And whatever Wang Hao can do, CHN can too. Big forehand action of CHN's, fantastic athleticism. And he too plays his first winner. And it's CHN who takes the early advantage of the topspin to topspin rallies. Wins 2 back-to-back, has a slender lead, 3-2. CHN just trying to go across and play the reverse backhand flick there, unsuccessfully. And again, CHN dominating on the topspin rallies. Watch the footwork. Oh, he's able to play it down the line from that angle. Superb. And the chop block from CHN. Oh, the spinny forehand. Great stuff from the 22-year-old. Oh, it's brilliant stuff from CHN. Wang Hao was playing all the angles. The ball earlier on in the rally was an absolute cracker, but CHN managed to pick it up, get himself back into position, and won the point. Ah, it's just superb from CHN. That's CHN at his very best, covering huge amounts of ground. There he goes from the backhand corner. The block from Wang Hao, not many players would get that one back. CHN not only gets it back, but he gets it back with interest, and what a kicking forehand topspin that was. And that's the reverse backhand, and it's a great positive start from CHN. Hasn't let Wang Hao settle whatsoever. He leads 8-3. reverse backhand. He can afford to miss one at this stage. So Xu Xin serving at 10-4, 6 game points. It's 2 game point saved by Wang Hao. Oh, casually biffed down the line by Wang Hao. Great timing, very relaxed, but I guess 5-10 down, you might as well be relaxed. But it's never over. I've seen bigger comebacks than 3-10, but that's 3 game points saved by Wang Hao. Saved. Now we might see a little bit of nervousness creep back into Xu Xin. Been outstanding in this opening game so far, but maybe a little wobble here and a couple of points. Oh, Wang Hao! This is a spirited comeback here. Look how he flicks it. He has to go for the angle because he knows that Xu Xin will get most things back. And he just flicks the wrist there. Cross-court winner, 5 points in a row. With the serve now, Xu Xin. Can he finally convert and win this first game? Oh, Wang Hao. Arguably the easiest ball to topspin, he misses, and that is 11-8 for Xu Xin. Very, very solid he was up until 10-3, and there the last rally indication of how solid he is in the topspin to topspin exchanges. Very, very strong, great footwork. Gets himself in the best position to play the best topspin, and he really does play it. He's got the strong legs to get him around, power, and there you see the long stroke. But he executes it so fast, it doesn't necessarily mean that it takes longer just because the stroke at times is actually longer. It springs back into the ready position again. So Wang Hao pretty good there from 10-3 to 10-8. Can he mirror how he played in those points from the outset here in game 2? He's receiving, and it's Xu Xin serving. Good counter topspin from Wang Hao. Good demonstration of short play from both players. Whilst both are extremely powerful in the topspin, they've both got great feeling around the short balls that go around the net. Service from Xu Xin and the third ball. Even Wang Hao struggling with it. And he must know Xu Xin better than most. A little bit lucky on the net, but what a forehand there to finish. And the serve from Wang Hao, very like that of Liu Guliang. Not that one, the one that he spins himself round the corner. Very like that of Liu Guliang, who we just saw earlier being presented with a plaque from ITTF President Adam Shahara. But it's Xu Xin once again in the driving seat here, game 2, 6-2 up. Oh, reverse, backhand flick. Xu Xin already going around the backhand corner, anticipating the receive going that way. Different serve now from Xu Xin, the high toss serve. Oh, misread by Wang Hao, popped it slightly. There you are, and Xu Xin, he's in like a flash. So strong from Xu Xin. So 12 points played. Players take the towel, something they can do every 6 points, and Xu Xin now serving at 8-4. Nice receive this time from Wang Hao. Xu Xin just flicking it, tips the top of the net. Really have the nerve to stick to the high toss serve. Wang Hao received that well. Will he do it again? No, going to go with a smaller toss up here. It's a backspin serve. Wang Hao misreading, thinking it's no spin, that he can flick through it. It's Wang Hao's turn with the backspin serve. Interesting to see players missing each other's serves, even if they do know each other very well. Xu Xin's missed 2 out of 2. Usually you'd expect players to receive most of the serves comfortably, being in the national team together, training together in the national centre, playing against each other many times on tour. Wang Hao's missed one of Xu Xin's. It's all on the serve here, certainly in this second game, and 3 game points for Xu Xin. Took him a while to win the first game. It's taken him just 1 point and 1 opportunity, 1 chance to win game 2. And that's 11-7, much more straightforward for Xu Xin. So 2-0 Xu Xin. Both players have taken their break. Drink of water. So it's all on the serve at the moment. Both players gaining a little advantage on serve. Xu Xin getting the majority or the most. Both players looking to do relatively similar things. Good serve, aggressive, positive table tennis behind, whether that be top spins on the backhand side, reverse, or on the forehands. And Wang Hao gets off to a good start in game 3 here. CHN almost falling over after he explodes across to hit the first forehand, and he somehow manages to recover. You just see it here. He somehow loses his balance. There he goes. But he does manage to recover. Play another forehand from the middle of the table. Float serve this time from CHN, not picked up by Wang Hao at all. It's a great opening ball from Wang Hao. That backhand was the difference there. Created the opportunity to accelerate through on the winner. Lovely top spin. So 3-all in game 3. Powerful CHN on that forehand. And equally on that reverse backhand. Certainly means business today, CHN. So back to 5-all. Well read that time by Wang Hao, just accelerated on the receive. So very balanced third game here, 6-all. Two straightforward errors from Wang Hao. Talked about him losing his concentration during his semi-final. Maybe he's just going through that emotion again. Oh, the magician CHN there, the way he plays his forehand, so difficult to know which way he's going to go. Look how he zips through on the backhand reverse. That's exactly how it works. And from there, he spun round and played a beautiful forehand winner down the line. Wang Hao was nowhere. Similar routine on that point. Backhand reverse opener. This time he drills the forehand cross court and has 4 game points now to go 3-0. He went round again on the backhand reverse. So there's something he's done 3 times in a row. 11-6 in game 3. So one-way traffic here in the final of the men's singles, the very last match here at the GAC Group 2012 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals in Hangzhou. Sunday evening here, everybody enjoying the weekend, everybody enjoying the best table tennis there is in the world. And that man there, Xu Xin, the number 3 in the world, the man that topped the World Tour points, which is why he's the number 1 seed here in Hangzhou. He now leads 3-0, 4th game underway, and Xu Xin has the opportunity to get himself in the lead with a couple of good serves here. Wang Hao's been having trouble with his serve. The spin he puts on the ball, Xu Xin, is another level. Certainly heard from players over the season that have played against him and have said a couple of things. 1, the service is just really difficult to read, and 2, just quite simply, the amount of spin he puts on the ball. And if you add those 2 attributes to his athleticism, his strength, his speed, and his ability to play forehands like that last one, and any opponent is up against it. Oh, he's just not able to do anything wrong here, Xu Xin. I thought for a second we were moving into exhibition mode there. Not often you see Xu Xin away from the table. A bit tight on that block. Good spin from Wang Hao. A welcomed point for the 29-year-old former world champion. And 2 times winner, of course, Wang Hao, of the Grand Finals. He's got a long way to go if he's going to make it a hat-trick of wins in the Grand Finals, because at the moment it's all Xu Xin. He now leads 5-1 and he's galloping away. Just a change of speed by Xu Xin there, just slowed it down slightly. Saw that Wang Hao was quite a distance away from the table, so he's played it slightly slower. This changes the timing for Wang Hao, which he wasn't able to adjust to. Oh, and Xu Xin digs that one out of his hip, plays a big topspin, and he really is cruising here. Wang Hao serving at 3-8. He looks as if he doesn't have any answers here. And he's fighting, there's still a lot at stake. There's a check for the winner of 104 $100,000 US. The runner-up will take $52,000, so half of that. A nice purse, nevertheless. But of course, it's the prestige of being Grand Finals winner, being the man or the woman or the doubles pairing to finish on top of the World Tour standings at the end of a calendar year. And at 9-4, it looks as if it's going to be Xu Xin. And who would say he was not worthy of that? He has been unbelievable around the world. Phenomenal level of table tennis that he's played consistently well. Or has Wang Hao got one last effort here? And Xu Xin, tactics coming into play perhaps, calls timeout. A couple of points there for Wang Hao, and Xu Xin just thinks, well, okay, let's just take a little bit of a break. Let's use my timeout. I'm 3 love up in games. I'm now 9-6. I'm very much in the driving seat, but let's just take a moment, calm the nerves, steady the system, refocus. Very close now to becoming a Grand Final champion, Xu Xin. But he'll need to focus, he'll need to get the job done. The #1 seed, Xu Xin, hoping to live up to that seeding here. He's receiving, it's 6-9. Oh, it's a bad miss from Wang Hao. And it's 4 match points for Xu Xin. Oh, it's great play from Wang Hao. He picked off the counter forehand topspin and then played a fantastic reverse backhand topspin. How he got the angle he got out the Xu Xin backhand, I don't know. I guess he's playing with an element of relaxation now as he knows he's trailing 6-10. It's now 7-10. He saved 1 match point, Wang Hao, but he can't do it anymore, and there's Xu Xin with the service. It's 11-7. Xu Xin, it's 4-0. Xu Xin. It's the 22-year-old from Shanghai who wins the Grand Final here in Hangzhou. It's the final match that comes to a conclusion, and we now know the winners for all of the events here in the 17th Grand Finals that has taken place, the 8th time that it's been to China. And there on screen, it is Xu Xin, 11-8, 11-7, 11-6, and 11-7, with a convincing, clear victory. Fantastic performance by Xu Xin. Nothing that man could really do today, Wang Hao. In the early exchanges of the first game, he was thereabouts, but it was the serve and the receives and the powerful topspins of Xu Xin that just were far too strong in the end. A superb athlete, superb player, very entertaining table tennis, and a very good finish to what has been a great few days here. And the crowd will stay on for a little bit longer on this Sunday evening for the presentations, the last 2 presentations here in Hangzhou. We'll have the women's doubles and also the men's singles, at which point we will draw to a conclusion the World Tour for 2012. And what a year it has been. The tour has been all over the world. Fantastic World Tour that it is. And great partnership between the GAC group and the ITTF, the International Table Tennis Federation. Fantastic that it's put on around the world. The standard of these events, fantastic. The standard of the table tennis, wonderful. So a big thank you to the ITTF, the GAC group, to all the global partners and organisations involved in these events throughout the world, bringing us all around the world the opportunity to see these world-class players on our doorsteps. And so we already had the presentations here in the Dragon Gymnasium for Patrick Franziska, who won the under-21 men's singles. He beat Nashad Alamayan of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Kasumi Ishikawa from Japan beat Chen Tsuyu of Chinese Taipei 4-1 to take the under-21 girls title. Gao Ning and Li Hu beat Saya Kishikawa and Koki Niwa of Japan. The Singapore pair winning 4-0 to take the men's doubles. Liu Xiwen of China beat compatriot Ding Ning 4-2 in an absolute thrilling women's singles final to take the title. And we're about to congratulate the women's doubles winners, Feng Qianwei and Yu Mengyu of Singapore. And we've just seen there, he finished and concluded the tournament here, the men's singles winner, Xu Shen. Just waiting for the presentation party now to get into place. And the final presentations, the final chapter in the GAC Group 2012 ITTF World Tour Grand Finals here in Hangzhou, and the final chapter indeed for the World Tour of 2012.